Congratulations on the starting job. And the obvious question, first off, is what are your emotions? When Coach Terrell told you you were going to be the starter, and was there a thought in your mind at some point this would never happen? I know you didn't even think you'd be a Buffalo this year, but did you ever wonder if this would ever come about?
First off, my thoughts. I mean, obviously, I was excited and happy to hear that. And then also just, my mindset kind of shifts towards UCLA now. We've been going in camp mode, going against our ones. And now it's, we're getting into scouts and stuff. And like I said, my mind's shifted towards UCLA. But, definitely high emotions. But, when I found out, I celebrated for a couple hours and then, back to work. But, and the second part is just, I like you said, I didn't know I was going to be a Buff again. So there was a time where, I didn't think this was possible, but, I'm just glad, I made the decision to come back here and things worked out and now I got to go prove it.
Mark Johnson.
Hey, Sam, I'm wondering, with all the experience you've had now, you've seen obviously a football team from both sides of the football. After having that experience over a number of years, what have you learned maybe that you can take into being a starter now under center for a football team that is going to help you?
I think first off, just seeing the defense now from a completely different perspective, going over there and working with Coach Tucker and Coach Summers and Coach Cook, I was up in their office every day. And so, I was grinding and just really trying to understand the schemes and learn the ins and outs and the details of the defensive scheme. But at the same time, when I brought that back to the offensive side now, it's kind of slowing things down for me. And I really feel comfortable back there and I can identify different things. And, like I said, I think it's helped me a lot. And also I think just understanding the game. I mean, being here this is going on my 5th year, I've kind of gotten a good rhythm and understand how, what game day is like. And I saw, I learned under 2 great quarterbacks, Cepho and Steven. And I kind of learned how, they would go into and prepare in a game week and then how they prepared on the game day. And so, I think that's going to help me a lot too. And just, as I prepare for each opponent.
Back to Brian Howell.
Hey, Sam. So it's been almost 5 years since you started a game, and that was in high school. And you mentioned Cepho and Steven. I'm curious if you have or will contact either of those guys to kind of get some tips on how to prepare as a college quarterback, or if you'll just kind of lean on your coaches that you have here.
That's a great question. I've definitely talked to both those guys quite a bit, and I've been talking to Cepho. Over quarantine, we're both Northwest kids, and so he reached out to me, and when he heard the news that I was coming back to Colorado, and he was excited, and so I've been talking to him quite a bit, and same with Steven. I haven't talked to him as much since we got into camp, but before camp, me and him were in contact a lot, and I think those are 2 great guys to kind of pick their brains a little bit more. Now that I am the starter, and I can go into it, and I can try to learn and ask them some questions about how they prepared and things like that.
Justin Guerrero.
Hey, Sam, congratulations. Hope you're well. Certainly you and Darren Cheverini go back a couple years. You guys are by no means unfamiliar with each other, but with this offense specifically, this incarnation of the offense Coach Chev is going to call, just how well suited do you personally feel just to handle this offense, and how comfortable are you running the offensive schemes and whatnot?
First of all, I want to say thank you. Hope you're well as well. But, I think me and Severino have had a great relationship throughout my years here. And Coach Chev and I when he called me, when I got that call, when he wanted me to come back here, he told me the offense we were going to run. And I feel like it did suit me really well, And I think that, we have a lot of things going in that kind of correlate to my style of play. And I think that, you're going to see that. And Coach Langs does a good job, and Coach Durrell, of, just implying some things. But me and Severini, I told him when I got the job, I said, hey, look, I want to sit down with you, and I want to know exactly what you're thinking on this down and this play. And so, I really I told him that, and we've had some conversations and discussions, and we're going to have a lot more this upcoming week.
You have a follow, Justin?
Yeah, thank you. And Sam, you alluded to this a few moments ago about how gears and attention is now kind of shifted to UCLA and actually getting this season underway. But just curious in how you evaluate the offense around you when you look ahead of you to that O-line, behind you to your tailbacks, and to your left and your right with this wide receiver crew. I mean, how do you guys feel like you're coming along as an offense, and how do you feel just about the other 10 guys on there with you?
Yeah, I feel really comfortable. I feel like we got a really good group of guys, and it starts with our O-line. Our O-line, all those guys have experience, and all of them have played, and they've done a really good job of stepping up this camp and keeping us protected. And our running back group we have a lot of depth back there, and so that's helpful. As a quarterback, you love your best friend's a running back, right? I mean, he can, if we can run the ball, that's the quarterback's best friend, and so then our receivers and tight ends, all those guys are doing a great job, and we have a lot of depth. And so to answer your question, I feel a lot more comfortable, and I think we have the guys to do it. And now it's just time to get it done.
And the final one for you from Brian Howell.
So Sam, the quarterback is unique from other positions in that, when other positions there's a starter, the other guy knows he's probably going to go in. Quarterback is so different. So I'm curious how things are with Tyler. If today was awkward at all. I know he wants that position, how close you guys are, and kind of how that relationship is for you guys going into this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tyler has done a great job. I mean, he's had a great camp. I've had a great camp. And, I think we definitely have a good relationship, and he's got to be ready. I mean, he's going to play, and so he's got to be ready to play, and he's got to prepare like he's a starter. And me and him are breaking down film together all the time. And I wouldn't say anything was awkward. I think, he took it like a man, and he like I said, he's preparing like he's going to be the guy. And I want that competition throughout the season, just to make me to have him push me, to be better and to be ready to go come game 1 and game 2 and game 3 and so on.